I feel like I have to stop doing that because people are going to get annoyed. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, not again. Welcome everybody to another video. So today is the second how-to series. So go check out my last one if you haven't checked it out yet. It's how to use TradingView, which is a free software that anybody can use online. It's honestly one that I use all the time. It's my preferred charting software because it is free. There is paid versions that you do get. You know, different things that you wouldn't get with the free version, but honestly the free version is so good that like I used it for the first year of my trading. So I would say definitely go check it out if you haven't already. In today's video, we're gonna build off that one, and we're gonna talk about how to actually draw support and resistance. So I know everyone's been talking about support and resistance and whatnot, so I'm gonna actually teach you how to draw it today. Cue intro. I'm just gonna sing you guys a song. Da, da, da. So we're gonna come onto the screen recording. So as you guys can see here on the screen recording, we have TradingView and we have Great Britain pound USD. It's just a forex pair. I just use the forex pairs just because it was already on. So I'm just gonna use that as an example because the way that I draw support and resistance are good for any forex pair, any stock market, any cryptocurrency. It doesn't matter. It's good for everything and anything, right? So all I ask in return for this information is that you like, comment, and subscribe. Manny got mad at me because all kinds of gains. I like your shirt. Manny got mad at me because he was saying that not enough people are subscribing. I'm like, listen, dude, you have to come in front of the camera because it's my ugly face that is stopping them.
Subscribe.
Whoa, cool. Movie magic. Woo! You see that? We're getting good at this stuff, man. We're getting good at it. Well, you are. I'm just laughing at it all. Anyway, so like, comment, and subscribe. We love the support that you guys are giving us. Just go ahead and do it, please. So now we'll hop into the charts. Okay, so what I like to do is that you can literally pull up any kind of chart, doesn't matter what it is, stocks, forex, crypto, like I had mentioned. And what I like to do is I like to go to the 4-hour or daily chart. Personally, I will always go to the 4-hour chart. And what I'll do, so this side panel here, you can actually drag up and down in order to actually adjust the size of your bars. Right? So then what I like to do is I actually almost like squint, right? So there's like a cool trick that like when you're putting lights around a Christmas tree, you can like squint and you can see, you know, where the empty spaces are. Same idea. I kind of like squint and I look at where majority of my peaks and where majority of my valleys are hitting. So I'll come in and I'll take my horizontal line here and I'll basically just draw, you know, maybe 1, 2, maximum 3 lines where I'm seeing my biggest support and my biggest resistance. So again, a support or a supply zone is an area where the price is coming, hitting, and coming up off of, hitting, coming off of, and basically it's not able to break through it. Where a resistance is like the roof, it's the opposite, right? It basically comes up, hits it, rejects, comes up, hits it, rejects, right? So at the top here, this top bar will be considered our resistance, and the bottom here will be considered our support, right? There's probably another one up here, as most people can see, because it comes up, rejects, comes up, rejects, comes up, right? But then in this area, it broke over, right? We'll talk about price action another day, but this is just a support and resistance. So what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll say, these are my major support and resistance over a long period of time. So as you can see, the time frame down here goes from literally February 14th of this year all the way to today. So that's a long enough time that realistically, I don't really care what happened, you know, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months down the road or 2 years ago. I really just want to see in the closest time frame what's happening. So from here, I'll actually then scale into a 15-minute and a 5-minute chart. So I'll go to generally a 5-minute chart. And what I'll do is I'll start looking at price action, right? So I'll zoom in my bar chart here and I'll do the exact same thing. I'll look for the highest peaks of support and the highest peaks of resistance. So here is my, you know, one resistance that I could map out. And then here would be another support level that I could map out, right? So what I could see is that actually Great Britain USD is trading between this level right now, okay? So what that means is that if it gets anywhere close to this bottom line, it most likely, remember the market does not have to do anything. I don't care what anybody says, oh, I'm guaranteed Tesla's gonna go to the moon. It doesn't have to do beep, anything, okay? It doesn't have to do anything because the market is its own thing, it's its own mind, we're just following the wave. So don't think the market has to do anything. Trends tend to repeat themselves, and if a level is holding, a resistance or support is holding, it will generally hold in the future, okay? So if a price is coming towards this line here as our support, and it basically bounces off, comes up, bounces off, comes up, probably, likely, it will come back down, touch it, and reject off. So if you had a buy order down here, right, a long buy order, you most likely could make some money off the bounce from this level here, okay? So probably in this case, we have 22 pips with a stop loss of, you know, whatever, 12 pips, okay? Pips is 4x. We'll get into 4x in a different video. But, and that's essentially how hard support and resistance go. And you can literally go to any time frame, the 1 minute time frame, and do the exact same thing, right? You can adjust your support and resistance levels. You could say, okay, here it is, there it is, and whatever, okay? The hard part about going to smaller time frames, the 5 minute, 1 minute, is that support and resistance aren't as clean because it's a much smaller time frame. Is for Forex. For stocks, they're okay, but for Forex, it's a little bit unclean. So if you want to consider major support and resistance, go to the 4 hour or daily time frame and then scale into smaller time frames in order to enter your trades, okay? So people will be like, oh, are you sure this works for anything? Well, let me show you. So let's just go Tesla, for example, okay? So Tesla, whatever. What is Tesla even trading at today? Ooh, 550. Wow. I used to be a huge Tesla enthusiast. Let me tell you guys, I made a lot of money off Tesla. So again, same thing. I'll go to the 4 hour chart, right? And I will look at the areas that we have the highest peaks. So Tesla has actually hit a high of about $900. So roughly around there. So that's my biggest resistance level, right? There's probably another resistance here, right? And you can see probably a major support level right now. So Tesla does look like it's testing its major support level. So I mean, I'm not saying buy signal, but it looks like it's a good buy right now. Anyway, so I do the exact same thing, you know? I map out my major support and resistance, and then I'll move to smaller time frames in order for price entry. But I want to point out something really cool and really interesting here, okay? Let me do my brush here, okay? So we see this level here that I have drawn here. This was, so forget about this half of the chart, okay? So this here acted as a support, right? For a bit of time. And then it acted as a resistance up here. Okay, what happened was price actually broke through this area, broke through our support. And then what did it do? It actually came up and it tested this level as a resistance. If you ever see this on a chart where a previous support becomes, a previous support becomes a new resistance, or a previous resistance becomes a new support, that is a tremendous buy or sell signal. Like up here, if I saw this, if I was trading Tesla and I really like Tesla, if I saw this, I would sell ferociously down to the previous support, because what happens is there was a level that Tesla could not break, a support. All of a sudden it broke through it, came up, and now it can't break it from the bottom. So all of a sudden that support has become its resistance. So those are really good buy and sell signals, okay? So that's as hard as, that's as hard as support and resistance gets. You know, there's a lot more complicated, and you guys can check out the course. Link will be at the bottom when it's up and running for more information about resistance and support. But this is just to give you a basic idea and understanding of what it actually is and what it actually entails to look at support and resistance, or supply and demand zones, which are the exact same thing, right? So remember, keep in mind, simplify your trading. Do not make it more complicated than it has to be. And support and resistance are not the best indicator when it comes to, it's a great indicator, but you should not solely rely on support and resistance to determine when you're getting into a trade. There should be some confluence in your trading. But anyway, we'll get to that in different videos. So we'll end that here with support and resistance. It's a short tidbit of information for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Again, practice on TradingView, DM me, Instagram will be at the bottom, DM Drippy Seth, he'll be there, also for all your videographer needs. So just email us, DM us, do whatever you gotta do, bother us, we like to be bothered. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more how-to videos, because I am going to teach you guys how to be wealthy and how to build generational wealth, okay? So stay tuned. Peace.